Down to 62 days now until Election Day, and we're spending the next few months breaking down the issues that matter to you in our Three for the People coverage, bringing you the facts and information you want before you head to your polling station. And this week, we're tackling the issue of abortion. What does it look like in Wisconsin today, and what will this election mean for the issue moving forward? Braden Ross reports.
Breaking news out of Washington, D.C. The U.S. Supreme Court has overturned Roe v. Wade.
It's one of the central issues of this campaign season. Abortion. But let's cut through the noise and take a look at the facts so you can make an informed decision this November.
The Wisconsin Department of Health Services tracks all abortions that happen in the state. Every year, they release a report like this one. The most recent one is from 2022. But because Roe was overturned that year and all abortions stopped in June, we're going to take a look at 2021. So here are the highlights. In 2021, there were about 6,500 reported abortions here in Wisconsin. The state hit its peak all the way back in 1980 at almost 22,000. Since then, the numbers have been steadily dropping. About 40% of abortions in 2021 were performed for women under the age of 24. A quarter of those were for girls in their teens. And in 2021, 88% of abortions were done within the first trimester of pregnancy. But in June 2022, things changed dramatically.
The overturn of Roe v. Wade, a 1973 United States Supreme Court decision enshrining the right to abortion nationwide, sent the question of legality back to the states. In Wisconsin, that meant the return of a pre-Civil War ban on the procedure, and abortion providers were forced to stop doing them immediately. For more than a year, Wisconsin abortion providers and women seeking them traveled across state lines to neighbors like Illinois and Minnesota for care. But advocates challenged the ban in court, and by September 2023, with a Dane County court decision in their favor, Planned Parenthood of Wisconsin started performing abortions in Wisconsin again.
So where does Wisconsin law stand right now?
We're in a little bit of a murky situation here in Wisconsin.
The Wisconsin Supreme Court has agreed to hear 2 cases challenging abortion restrictions in the state. But until then,
on a practical level, we are where we were pre-Dobbs.
Like before, there are still only 3 clinics in the state of Wisconsin that provide abortions, one in Madison, one in Milwaukee, and one in Sheboygan. The procedure is banned after 21 weeks and 6 days of pregnancy, but there are exceptions to save the pregnant person's life or preserve their physical health. Wisconsin also has a 24-hour waiting period, meaning patients must see their abortion provider in person at least twice before they can get the procedure.
All right, so where do the candidates stand on the issue?
Well, Vice President Kamala Harris has repeatedly said this about abortion.
And when Congress passes a bill to restore reproductive freedom, as President of the United States, I will proudly sign it into law.
Former President Donald Trump has repeatedly said he's proud that Supreme Court justices he appointed helped to send the issue back to the states.
Getting it back to the states puts the question where it belongs.
But he's also gone back and forth on whether he would support a federal ban, despite advocating for one in the past. And when asked last week how he'd vote on a ballot measure in his home state of Florida that would ban the procedure after 6 weeks, he said this.
I think 6 weeks, you need more time than 6 weeks. So I'll be voting no for that reason.
Now, this is only the beginning of our deep dive into this issue. Tomorrow, 2 opposing activists make their case for and against legalizing abortion. Then on Thursday, hear from 2 women who have had abortions and now feel differently about them.